Hey guys, be back at you. How's it going? Another story for you. The last train out of this city that night was the 1147 to nowhere in particular. Just the kind of regional line that still runs because no one's bothered to cancel it yet. There, you were the only one in the last car. The conductor hadn't even come through to check tickets. The lights were half dead, flickering every few seconds like someone was tapping the bulb with a fingernail. You sat near the back, facing forward, backpack between your feet. Outside the windows it was pure black. No moon, no towns, just one occasional smear of wet glass reflecting your own tired face. The train rocked hard on old tracks, metal groaning like it was apologizing for still moving. Around 12:20, the lights went out completely. Not a flicker, total dark. The kind that presses against your eyeballs. You waited for the emergency lights to kick in. They didn't. The train slowed, not gradually, but brakes screaming, metal on metal howl that made your teeth hurt. It lurched to a full stop somewhere between stations. No announcement, no station lights outside, just silence so thick you could hear your own pulse in your ears. You pulled out your phone, no signal, flashlight on. The beam caught dust motes hanging motionless in the aisle. That's when you noticed the reflection. In the dark window across from you, someone was standing in the aisle behind your seat. You spun around. Nothing. Empty car, just rows of stained seats stretching into shadow. You turned back to the window. The reflection was still there, taller than you, coat too long, hood up, face hidden, but the posture was wrong. Arms too stiff, head tilted at that slight, curious angle dogs use when they hear something they don't understand. You stood up slowly. The reflection didn't move with you. It stayed exactly where it was, watching the spot where you'd been sitting. You took one step toward the front of the car. The reflection stayed frozen. Another step, still there. You kept walking, past empty seats, past the door to the next car that wouldn't open when you pushed the button, until you reached the very front of your car where the accordion connector to the forward car was sealed shut. You looked back. The reflection was now standing exactly where you'd first seen it, directly behind your original seat. But now it was facing forward, toward you. You raised the phone flashlight and pointed it straight at the window. The beam hit glass, bounced back, lit your own face and behind your reflection. The thing in the hood was closer, not much, just one seat closer. You lowered the light. It moved again. One seat. You raised the light fast, closer still. Each time the flashlight beam hit the window, it froze. When the light dropped, it advanced. You backed up until your shoulders hit the sealed door. The thing was halfway down the car now. You kept the flashlight trained on the window like a crucifix. The figure stayed locked in place, head still tilted, arms hanging too long. Then the train jerked. A single violent lurch forward, then stopped again. The lights snapped back on, sickly yellow buzzing. You looked at the window. Nothing. Just your own reflection, breathing hard, eyes wide. But when you turned to sit back down, you saw it. The one on the seat you'd been in all night, your backpack still between your feet, was the single folded piece of paper. You had brought paper. You unfolded it with shaking fingers, handwritten in red ink that looked too thick. Next time, keep the light on. Underneath that, smaller, I hate waiting in the dark. The train started moving again, slowly at first, then picking up speed. The lights stayed on. Stations began sliding past the windows, names you didn't recognize, platforms empty except for one flickering bulb. You sat back down in your seat because there was nowhere else to go, but you kept the flashlight on, even after the phone died, even after the regular lights came back on steady, even after the train finally pulled into your stop at 3:14 a.m. and the doors hissed open onto a platform you'd seen before. You stepped off. The car behind you was empty, but as the doors closed and the train pulled away, you caught one last glimpse through the window of the last car. Someone was sitting in your old seat, hood up, head tilted, watching you. And the flashlight you left on your seat, still glowing faintly, was now pointing straight at the window, straight at them. They didn't wave, they just waited for the next person who forgets to keep the light on. Hopefully you guys like that story. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.